Welcome to a special edition of CDO Times events. Today, we'll be providing you with a summary of our executive AI strategy dinner that took place in New York. This exclusive event showcased the latest advances in AI, computer vision, and robotics. Our keynote speaker from Techolution discussed the future implications of these technologies and their impact on various industries. We also had exciting demonstrations featuring cutting-edge AI algorithms and state-of-the-art robotic systems. If you couldn't make it to this incredible event, don't worry. If you're simply curious about the latest advancements in these fields, then stay tuned for an inside look for what went down at our AI Executive Strategy Dinner. You won't want to miss this.
I'm Carsten Kraus, you guys know me, right? CDO Times is a digital magazine that I founded, and we have writers across the board, digital leaders that are writing for CDO Times and share knowledge about artificial intelligence, digital transformation, business intelligence, cybersecurity, pretty much everything that you need to bring your company to the next level and make sure that you're delivering great customer experiences in a secure and scalable fashion. Some of the trends that we're seeing at CDO Time, the companies obviously piloting large language models, generative AI, ChatGPT, and you guys probably have all heard about it or starting to try it out. And then the other piece is setting up an AI center of excellence so that you can share across different business units. And then the other part is the chief AI officer. Often these are having a CIO that might take it on, or a chief data officer that might take on that work. But some larger organizations are doubling down and hiring chief AI officers because it's a very different skill set, as you guys from Techolution can probably confirm. And then we have AI ethics. Another table seems to be very popular to talk about AI ethics. So because we want to make sure that it's deployed in a safe fashion. So definitely something to monitor. At the same time, you don't want to stop innovation, but that's kind of the balance that we're trying to find. How can we be better with artificial intelligence? Human intelligence plus artificial intelligence. I also left you a sample of some of the articles that we write on the table about these topics, and sent you some links before, so feel free to check it out. But really what this is about is that you want to optimize how AI and human intelligence works together, and you want to elevate the collaborative intelligence, ECI. So that's a little formula that I came up with. First, that are using AI that might have been less skilled, upskilled a lot faster, a lot quicker with AI, and can achieve a lot more in a shorter time frame. So a lot of companies are looking into this. And ultimately, here's the agenda. We're hopelessly behind, but basically, the next piece here is Techolution's gonna walk us through some of the key things that they're doing. Thank you for coming. Really appreciate you coming to this, and I would like to introduce Techolution, Brent, and Tim. Yes.
All right, so while he sets that up, if I haven't met you yet, my name is Brent Shaw. I'm our Director of Cloud and AI Solutions at Techolution. And so really excited to talk to you today about what we coined building the enterprise of tomorrow with real-world AI. You did give away our secrets, but we are going to do what we consider the 5 secrets to AI success. And also we're going to leave off with 5 real-world use cases for where you might be able to implement AI in your organization today. ROI for customers right now. And I have some stats to back that up. This is from Forbes, actually. So they say 91% of enterprises are investing in AI right now. With that, only 26% of them have actually deployed an AI workload or AI use case into production in a customer-facing way, either customer-facing your external customers or even your internal customers. And of that, less than 1% of them is actually generating ROI today. So that's a pretty big gap between the hype we hear about AI, the organizations investing in AI, and what's real around the ROI of AI. That leads to the concern. even the most advanced AI today, we all hold ChatGPT up as the most advanced kind of implementation of AI, is a useful assistant at best. That means you still need humans aggressively monitoring, managing the use of the technology. You have all these new buzzwords, you have all these new technology terms, neural networks, ML ops, supervised learning, all these things like that. There's lots of disciplines and lots of concepts related to AI emerging, getting a lot of funding, getting a lot of investment, but it's not delivering on its promise yet. So why is that? So, we believe at Techolution, not we're the only ones, but we've discovered what are some of the secrets to successful AI implementation. So I'll give you a super quick history of Techolution. Our journey in AI started in 2018. A little bit of background, we came up as a traditional product innovation consulting delivery organization, what some might call an SI. We have run Inc. 5000 Fastest Growing Company Awards, CIO Review Awards, Inc. Best in Business Awards for some of the work we've done around cloud strategy, cloud migration, product development, product modernization, things like that. So for that, we had organizations start to come and talk to us about AI and what they wanted out of AI. Organization come to us and they wanted to build a small battery-operated door robot with advanced AI running with compute on the edge. Here is a better visual representation of some of the things they wanted us to build, and we actually helped them with this concept. Now again, this is not just a door opener. This is compute running on the edge, compute running on this device, AI to understand intent, understand people. This was an organization that was highly regulated, and this was like almost like a security project, not just a cool, fun, we want to open the door kind of project. So they wanted to bring together facial recognition, intent recognition, voice recognition, things like that to a solution that would open the door. And that was one of the first big projects that we got involved with in AI. And so this is what we learned. The hardware was very hard, and what we had to do, microprocessors, all that thing, but the AI was harder. We were stuck in the lab. It was a solution that would work in theory, would work in our offices and practice, but in the real world would not deliver the results that we wanted. We had some of the, what we considered our best ML engineers, data science, all those typical roles you've heard involved in this project, and we found ourselves in an AI nightmare, couldn't get it out of the lab. But through this project is where we found our big breakthrough and where we started to learn about what it takes to deliver AI. Within 6 to 12 months of this door opening project, we had launched different use cases successful around AI implementation in most major industry verticals. We had some in manufacturing and health and finance, and here's just an example of some of the real world ROI generating AI implementations that we received. So, what is the secret? So today, what Tim is going to talk to you about, so if you haven't met Tim yet, Tim DeLessio, he is the CTO of Techolution. What does that mean to be the CTO of a delivery organization? It means basically every customer project runs through Tim. Tim has seen every technology stack, every implementation, AI, cloud, all that kind of stuff. So Tim is going to take the lead on the 5 secrets that we have found to unlocking AI and its potential, and some of the top use cases for AI. So Tim, take a seat, hand over to you.
Before you go, what is intent recognition? You mentioned intent recognition. What does that mean?
Intent recognition is, there's this door box. It's on the floor. How do you understand if someone is just walking by it or walking to exit the door? So it's not only just the facial recognition, is this person the person they say they are? What is their intent in walking towards the door right now? Are they walking to exit? Are they walking just to get to the next hallway? What is the intent that this person has? How is the purpose of intent recognition, intent detection in that situation?
If you're walking parallel to the door, you don't want the door to open, right? So that's really what we've discovered and through our wall testing. So thanks, Brent. Yeah, and I'm going to give you the 5 secrets here. Someone asked me why are only 5. Honestly, these are the 5 that we've discovered. If I'm doing this talk again next year, there may be 10, right? Like, who knows? We'll see what we get to. So starting off the list at number 1, and I think you guys will probably appreciate a lot of this, but really, there's more hype around AI than anything else, right? Like, if don't miss out on the FOMO. I mean, a lot of organizations are being pushed by boards and other leadership to say, do an AI project for me, get it out the door. But in reality, there's not many organizations that are actually using AI. And we learned this lesson. I personally learned this lesson when I got my hands on the Tesla, and I started to do. We were talking about this earlier, right? probed in my first, location I wanted to drive to, and I thought I was gonna die. Like I was white knuckling that thing because it like tried to take the exit at 70. Like, I don't have an X. This is actually our CEOs, but like being able to then realize that we made this determination that even Tesla, one of the most known AI organizations in the world, still doesn't have this figured out 100% right
I
yet.
just drove from New Jersey to Coachville, Pennsylvania, 140 miles over there, trying to use full autonomy.
Yeah. How many times did you turn it off?
And then it's such an idea that it gets to the age situation.
Yes, yeah, and then it cuts you off. That's the worst part. Is that you are no longer qualified. So my first lesson here: be skeptical of big tech APIs out of the box at least, and the SaaS companies that are out there. There's a lot of SaaS companies out there trying to sell you these things, and when you solve for everybody, you solve for nobody. So that's the way I look at it: making sure that you have it specifically tailored to your problem. Now, this is the 80-20 rule, right? They solve for 80%, but it's really that last 20% that's going to make the difference in the bottom line, making this product successful and profitable for your organizations. That's my first secret. Secret number 2, and this is really the power here. Focus on specific business AI to solve a specific business problem. This will give you more achievable ROI as well as customer brand experience. So work whatever specific problem you have. The more specific, the better the problem. That's what you can tackle. A good example of this is, don't try to go out and build customer service AI for your entire industry. That's crazy. Like, go out and try to just do it for you. Do it specifically for your business. That's going to get you a lot more mileage and let you start realizing ROI much quicker. All right, so number 3. And Brent kind of alluded to this in an earlier one, but assemble an AI center of excellence. So this has been one of the major things here. AI is not data science. Everybody thinks that this in the market. A lot of people I talk to thinks it's not. It's completely different, right? I also could submit to you that AI is not machine learning. Those two are, crucial in the journey here. You need to have them, and I bet you guys already have ML and data scientists on staff here. But there is more to the team that's extremely important for making up an AI center of excellence. And here's what it looks like, at least in our opinion. All these different people are critical to the success of an AI project. So like, if we go down a little deeper into these and actually look at them, you can see that, for instance, you will probably wondering, why is user experience up there? Like, what does that have to do with AI? But the real secret will be looking in my last one. When I start to go deeper into that, you'll really start to appreciate that. But you need to build these expert interfaces for experts to work with to be able to then solve the specific problems you're trying to do. So I'm not going to go through all these, but if you're want to pull me aside and want to learn more, I'm more than happy to do that. All right, AI secret 4. This is kind of a cool one. This is something that we discovered as well. So there are 4 categories of AI. The first one being lab AI, right? So this is what probably most of the people are familiar with. It lacks the accuracy, but all projects have to start here. You have to go through that journey of lab-grade AI. But you want to try to get out of the lab as quick as possible so you can get to the second grade here, which is assistant-grade AI. This is probably where most of the AI today is being deployed. It's most successful. Things like ChatGPT, Tesla, these are all assistants at best. None of this is where you really start to see the value out of it. Yeah, it helps experts, but at the end of the day, it really is only an expert. Where we really want to get to is a real-world AI. This is where you start to realize value for your money. This is where you can actually start to see a return on investment from everything. You can start getting your level of experts from the field, and then when you do this right, you can get to the holy grail of AI, which we call autonomous grade AI. So being able to then essentially have a solution work on its own, independent of experts, and being able to go in and really start to make some money for your organizations. So this is also very key here. What we realized is the number of learning iterations to get through each category of AI is fixed. So no matter what, you have to go through each one, and the number of iterations to do that does not change. But what you can control is the speed and the effectiveness of the iterations, which can be very well accelerated with my final secret, and this is the one that really was the game changer for us, and this is what we have called RLEF. This is a term that we have coined, and what that actually means is reinforcement learning with expert feedback. So being able to create interfaces and processes in a way that you can collect expert feedback from the people in the field. So who was talking about RLEF? Well, for one, Greg Brockman, the co-founder of ChatGPT, he talks about it. And you may wonder, hey, he's a smart guy and all, but why should you actually care about it? So to answer that, let me go back to the lab. And I think I always try to do this with a very relatable, equivalent here. So with humans, right? What do we do? Once we go through high school, we go to college. We learn, right? Everybody has to go through the book literature and learn the basics and all the pieces out of it. And that is, critical, building that foundation. But once we get past that, this is equivalent to the on-the-job training, the assistant AI. Being able to go in, being paired with an expert in the field who can help teach up that AI, build it out, and really start to take that to the next level. And once you're there, a good example of this is like with doctors, right? So if a surgeon goes to school, once he graduates med school, you let them go do open heart surgery? No, you'd be crazy, right? Like they go do a residency, they do all these different the interactions where they actually learn the on-the-job skills. So when you're in the assistant grade AI, you've now graduated and you're doing that on-the-job training. You want to try to get to the real world AI as fast as possible, and this is where you really start to see the value here. At this point, it's now operating in a almost autonomous method, and you're only correcting these small, minute details of it. It's starting to get that real world experience of what's actually going on, and you can start tweaking those models to get to the right place. And then the final one would be the autonomous AI, where hopefully you don't get to that singularity where it starts taking over your job. I mean, maybe some of the other jobs that are hard to fill anyway, but not your job, right? So bringing this back though to the real world and the enterprise of tomorrow. Now I want to go through some of the 5 use cases I've seen. So you've seen some of these spread out through the field here, but these are real life things that I work with customers every day on. This is what people are demanding. This is how we're solving these real world cases. So the first, think of the Amazon Go medical supply closets. You can look in, pull things off inventory. The camera will realize what you grabbed and being able to automatically pre-order them.
And they wanted to do automated quality assurance. So right now you have people on the manufacturing line. When they manufacture these very specific, very precise bone screws that go in humans' bodies, so very precise measurements. So they wanted to use computer vision to have a robot grab the screw, hold it up to a camera, and measure it to a hundredth of a millimeter if it was the right measurement. And then if you give the iPad, we give an executive readouts of how many pass, how many fail, what's our process, percentage, all that kind of stuff.
Right?
So that one's
What's the framework that you're using here for the automation? I see you have
so basically this
Jar platform, right?
So basically this is just the logs we're looking at for the performance.
Right.
Majorly it's running in 3 platforms where all of our AI is running on the Google Cloud platform.
Google Cloud, okay.
And all our robotics is running on ROS platform, which is Python based. So that
Python.
we have lots of leverage so that the AI runs on robotics, not pre-programmed basically. So when you ask for a can, it knows where the can is,
Right.
what type of can you requested,
Yeah.
the depth camera, so that the AI takes a real-time decision.
Yeah.
So you don't need to actually pre-program and preset every can, right?
Yeah.
So the whole idea that we want to portray here,
So it's kind of self-learning?
yes, it is a deep learning model,
Right, right.
And also the whole idea is that we wanted to prove some concepts on through AI, robotics can be driven in real time, so that it can be multiplied in different applications. So that's basically the idea.
Okay.
Now I do have one more demo. Would you like to see that?
Sure.
Here. Yeah. I love our CEO. It's me, Elliot. Well, I'll be the guy here. Continue. All right. What do you want me to say? Anything embarrassing? CDO times is the best.
CDO times rules.
That's why he stepped back.
rules.
Shook my hand. He said it was very nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Probably do this, but thank you.
Karsten
Yeah.
for the amazing event.
So you remember when they
All right, you can do the intensity of the emotion. No, we can't. We'll do. We'll get it ramped up a little bit,
All right.
and then we can translate to a different language. Anything you like to hear?
You gotta put in German for Karsten.
German.
Yeah, Deutsch.
You speak German?
Ja, natürlich.
Oktoberfest. Happy Oktoberfest. All right, so this is training it in there.
We went through like
Now this specific avatar was trained on my voice, so I did about a 3 or 4 minute audio clip, me saying generic stuff.
Okay.
It trained my voice
So
into
this could
it.
be like for like influencers or news anchors or stuff like that, right?
Definitely, yeah, or even concierge and kiosks.
Yeah, okay.
If you have a company, you go here. You have a question, it can answer it.
Right.
Education is another use case that I've heard conversations about.
Well, Wang, you can't always do what you want.
All right, there we go.
like crazy because
this is all about not jet.
Julian, I asked him some things about the documentary and he knew that.
It's a little loud in here, but
CEO Times Regel. Vielen Dank, Carsten, für die erstaunliche Veranstaltung.
did you pick up anything in there?
Yeah, not really. This was not loud enough.
Vielen Dank, Carsten, für die erstaunliche Veranstaltung.
I heard vielen Dank.
You're the only one who can tell us if it was actually right, so.